Hello everyone. Today I will be presenting in Pecha Kucha format a critical reflection on Hugh McGuire's quote, "Making things physical again." I find his entire trend quote very interesting, and so I have used several of his ideas for my analysis and reflection. Some of McGuire's thoughts that I find most interesting are how people are going to start turning off and focusing on the physical world, how the digital will start fading away from the visible, and how the digital of startups just makes the physical easier. I'll also be talking about some startups and how their mobile applications demonstrate real-world examples of McGuire's ideas. But I'd like to begin by briefly describing the Internet of Things, because I think it sets the stage for my reflection of McGuire's digital trend expectations. The Internet of Things encapsulates this idea of objects being more connected than ever, and how this system of connected objects designed with built-in wireless connectivity seem to fade into the background and allow people to benefit from this connectivity, meaning the notion of people turning off and having more time to experience the physical world. With the digital fading away, allowing people to focus on the physical world, do we truly have more free time to be more focused and enjoy the physical world? Through my research, I have read McGuire's article published in the Harvard Business Review entitled, "How Making Time for Books Made Me Feel Less Busy." McGuire's article speaks to the consequences of experiencing constant digital overload. The internet provides unlimited amounts of information at your fingertips, but this desire for digital information has its downside and can negatively impact your life and the relationships that you have with your family and friends. Research shows that the human brain spends more energy trying to ingest information from many sources over one focused activity like reading a book. According to neuroscientist Daniel Levitin, the brain uses 65 calories an hour to process lots of information, while the activity of focused reading only uses 42. As McGuire reflects on his own experience, he discusses his realization that as someone who is passionate about books, and who makes his living around books, he was not reading books anymore. In fact, he only read 4 books in 2014. In an effort to manage the digital information stress in his life, McGuire started training himself to read books again. Getting back to the act of reading a physical book in a focused manner without any digital distractions or mobile applications is one way in which people can turn off and focus on the physical world. This is a different approach than what McGuire posits in his digital trend quote, but I think it's still applicable. Using the focused act of reading a book can bring more time for reflection, more focus, and reduce stress levels, and allows us to better manage the constant flow of digital information by turning off. Now, if we look at startups like Breather and Uber, they provide digital applications that are pushing towards making things physical again. As McGuire states, the digital is starting to fade away from the visible. It's mostly irrelevant to the enjoyment of the physical service that people are paying for. These digital startups are part of the on-demand economy, whereby the supply of goods and services is driven via an efficient, intuitive digital mesh layered on top of existing infrastructure networks. And this economy is revolutionizing commercial behavior in cities around the world. Now, in terms of real-world applications, I'd like to talk about Breather, a Montreal digital startup also providing their services in Ottawa, Boston, New York City, and San Francisco. The origin of Breather was born from experiences of myriad business trips, early hotel checkouts, and disruptions from coworkers that all led to reduced productivity. Breather proposes a solution that lets you work, host an event, brainstorm, or relax in a peaceful environment where you can focus on the task at hand. It's your peaceful private oasis. By reserving a Breather space using their mobile app, you can unlock spaces in your city at your convenience using your smartphone. When you check in on your phone, you will receive a personalized PIN that will give you access to the space that you booked, from 30 minutes up to an entire day. Breather will charge you for the duration of your booking. The spaces are tastefully furnished with business function amenities such as a work desk, whiteboard, lounge seating, and fast Wi-Fi. Breather is a great example of how the use of digital can simplify transactions and provide a tailored service that enhances the client's user experience and responds to their needs. The digital starts to fade away from the visible, but remains an integral part of the Breather service, connecting and communicating with their clients. Another interesting startup is Uber, a hugely successful player in the on-demand economy providing taxi, private car, or rideshare services globally. A key product lesson from Uber that allows it to stand out from the competition, says Meena Radhakrishnan, is by fading out, creating short, seamless interactions through their mobile app. Of these, the way Uber handles payments has been a guiding principle for the first-time user experience. Using the camera of the user's mobile phone to scan their credit card at sign-up reduced his transaction time and alleviated the need to search for wallets or calculate fees. The magical feeling of the first ride, according to Uber, trumps all. Both Breather and Uber demonstrate McGuire's trend discussion about how the digital will start fading away from the visible. Their mobile applications are simple and easy to use, which helps to move the digital out of the way and place focus on the physical benefits of their services and seamless experiences for their clients. I have enjoyed learning about Hugh McGuire and his contributions as a digital thought leader. I'm also very inspired by McGuire's ideas, and I plan to incorporate more focused reading into my daily routine. I hope that my presentation has sparked some interesting dialogue. Thanks for listening.